Johnson County government, and just thank you so much for being here today. We are here to talk about Juneteenth in JoCo. There are several local organizations who came together today to talk about how they're celebrating this important day, whether it's an event or an activity, all of it to honor and celebrate Juneteenth. Johnson County government is holding its second annual Juneteenth observance this year, but there are many other organizations who have been holding events or activities to celebrate Juneteenth for multiple years. So that's why we're here today. We are hoping that people will hear about something that sounds interesting to them as a way to honor Juneteenth and attend one or maybe numerous, or maybe all of them. So we're really excited for everybody to share their events today. So what I'm going to do is introduce who's here today and then ask them one by one to come up and talk about how they are helping the community honor Juneteenth. So first we're going to have Alyssa Andre. She's the External Communication Manager for Johnson County Library. Susan Mong is the Superintendent of Culture for Johnson County Park and Recreation District. Nicole Buckner is a co-organizer of the Women of Purpose of Johnson County. Linnea McKenzie is the President of Advocacy and Awareness Group of Johnson County. Wandra Miner is a member of Stand Up for Black Lives and also the Johnson County NAACP. And then Erin Chambers is with Johnson County. She's the Office Administrator for the Johnson County Election Office, and she's also the project manager for our Juneteenth observance. So I will step away and ask one by one, starting with Alyssa, to talk about your Juneteenth activity.
So at Johnson County Library, we are obviously all about education and community and connection. So we're so excited to help celebrate Juneteenth, educate the public, and we've got some walk and read events. So walk and read are family-friendly events for people of all abilities. We're hosting two separate events from June 10th until June 19th. The first is at Stoll Park at 119th Street in Overland Park. So we're hosting the stories Opal Lee and What It Means to Be Free, this true story of the grandmother of Juneteenth. And we have Change Sings, a children's anthem by Amanda Gorman. And then here at the Arts and Heritage Center, starting at the same day as their event, the 10th through the 19th, we'll have Daniel's Good Day and a flag for Juneteenth. And so walk and reads, you read one story along a path, and then you stop at the end of the path, turn around, and read the other story as you work your way back. We also have bookmarks with great reading lists at all of our branches, 14 locations across the county, and we have many online resources to keep learning and continue the conversation.
Good morning, everybody. Again, I'm Susan Mong, and welcome to the Johnson County Arts and Heritage Center. I'm so proud to be here with these community leaders here at the table. I'm here to share a little bit about the event we're hosting here at the Arts and Heritage Center, our second annual Juneteenth celebration at the Arts and Heritage Center this Saturday. That's June 10th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. That program will feature our MC, the talented Lonita Cook, who also happens to be the president of our Friends of the Johnson County Museum. We'll also have a piano performance by Matthew Harris. And then we will have Jason Taylor, who will have an interactive, family-friendly workshop, a percussion workshop. And then we're really happy to have our fine and performing arts staff host an activity where both adults and children can make their own rhythm instruments to join Jason in that celebration and activity, but also take them home and celebrate at these future events as well. We're really proud to feature Black-owned businesses in this community. This year that will include Brown Sugar, Ruby Jean's Juicery, and Chef Marcus Block. So again, this event will be free. You can come and taste from those amazing culinary artists. Again, we're really proud to partner with the Johnson County Library once again for the story walk right out front here at the Johnson County Arts and Heritage Center. And it was already, as was already mentioned, that will feature Daniel's Good Day by Micah Archer and A Flag for Juneteenth by Kim Taylor. And then the Johnson County Museum, which is an anchor here in this building, will also be open free all day. And that really offers three unique experiences. That's Kidscape, which is our children's interactive museum experience. Our temporary exhibit space, which is featuring right now trains. And then the main exhibit, which is called Becoming Johnson County. This features prominent African-American leaders that helped shape Johnson County early on, even when there were barriers in place. And they're still shaping Johnson County today, which I am proud to say. And then last but not least, our Emerging Artist Program will be hosting their summer solstice art sale in the dance studio here. This is an employment program for adult artists with intellectual and developmental disabilities who are passionate to create, and they're proud to be a part of this year's Juneteenth event as well. All right, Nicole.
Hello, so my name is Nicole Buckner, and I am with Women of Purpose of Johnson County. And we are a small organization that we want to come together to create Juneteenth event. And this will be our 4th event overall, but 2nd annual event that will be at Prairie Fire in Overland Park. Now, at our event, our theme this year is Lift Every Voice. And we are hosting a parade that will start at 9:30 a.m. to 10:30. And if anyone is still would like to come and join our parade, you are welcome to do so. You can contact us at juneteenthop@gmail.com. We will also want to feature small black-owned businesses. We have some Juneteenth specials, meal specials that are going to go on for some of the restaurants that will be at the Prairie Fire location. We also want to highlight the map which is the museum at Prairie Fire, and they have an African American exhibit there, and they are doing a special that will be a buy one get one free. We will have our parade. Our Grand Marshal this year will be Daisha Jones, KSHB 41, and we will have an appearance by Casey Wolf, which will be there from 11 to 12 p.m. There's going to be activities for children to be there the whole day, fun events for them. One of the things that we want to do is to focus on 3 things, and that's unity, education, and celebration. Unity, because it's important that we learn to unify. We feel like there's more that brings us together than there is that separates us. And it's important that we come together and we experience this together. And educate, because we want to get rid of some of the stereotypes of who you may think we are versus who we really are. And so we want to be able to educate. There's going to be kid activities around education of Juneteenth, education of Black history, of education. It's about who we are in general, and then to celebrate. And so I think that this event will allow us the opportunity to combine those items in a celebratory manner. So we are looking forward to having many people come out and join us and to get involved in these festivities.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Linnea McKenzie. I am the Executive Director and founder of the Advocacy and Awareness Group of Johnson County. First of all, I want to recognize all the organizations that are here today. As a lifelong resident of Johnson County and this Overland Park area, I couldn't be more thrilled to see all of this going on for Juneteenth, and particularly this year. So bringing you the 4th annual Advocacy and Awareness Peace March and Rally this year is the Advocacy Awareness Group of Johnson County in partnership with our new partners, Old Mission United Methodist Church, located in Fairway, Kansas. This year, our organization has an event going on in 2 parts. So it'll first start with a commemorative community march. There's nothing to celebrate unless we recognize where we've come from. And of course, having a march is the best way to recognize things like the women's suffrage movement and civil rights movement. When they wanted to make large-scale community change, they held a march. So we're not going to wait until the next tragedy happens. We're going to march here to celebrate and bring awareness to Juneteenth. For the march, you can meet us at the Overland Park City Hall, which is located at 8500 Santa Fe Drive. We'll gather there at 10 a.m. on Saturday, June 17th in the morning, and then we will begin marching down Santa Fe Drive at 10:30 a.m. This is a great way for families, churches, organizations, and friends to come together, again, to bring awareness to Juneteenth. And if this is your first time getting involved, this is the absolutely perfect time to do so. The march will then conclude with a rally at Thompson Park, located at 8045 Santa Fe Drive in Overland Park. That will begin promptly at 11 a.m., and the seating for that will begin at 10 a.m. So the rally is going to include community speakers, performers, activities for kids, And we also will have organizations there to provide info about their organizations. Now, the big question is, of course, who's going to be on our rally program? We are so excited to have Toriana Porter, editorial board member for the Kansas City Star, as our keynote speaker. We will also have Kansas City's most famous DJ out there right now, DJ Philo, will be spinning on the ones and twos. We'll also have a performance by 3 artists, Era Ora, Tuan San, and Jasmine, who will be bringing us local entertainment for the day. We are also excited to have the Johnson County Commissioners present at our event. So we'll have the chair, Mike Kelly, speaking on our program, as well as Janae Hanslick, a member of the Commissioners Board. And finally, we're so excited to have Stacy Nell back for a 4th year, who is the Executive Director of the Kansas African American Affairs Commission. So that's our program, that's our event. Again, we really want to target those who are wanting to get involved for the first time, those who really want to make a difference by putting their feet on the ground and marching with us to bring awareness to Juneteenth this year. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. So excited to see so many young people here this morning. My name is Wandra Miner, and I am with the Stand Up Black Lives for Prairie Village. Dr. George William is our president, and Johnson County NAACP for Jay Hobart is our president. So on June the 17th, the Freedom Fund, the Freedom Celebration will take place from 4 to 7 p.m. in Prairie Village at excuse me, 7727 Del Mar. The purpose of this is to bring all of our communities together, our churches, our organizations, our families, to come and just be friendly, social, and get to know each other here in the community. We recognize 159 years ago that Juneteenth was first made aware of freedom from slaves and recognized the freedom from slavery. This celebration will feature essay, freedom poster contest. We will have food, vendors, and we will also have the children interacting with games and activities. We greatly appreciate the sponsors that's hosting this event for us. It's the Hy-Vee 3 location, Shawnee, Prairie Village, and Lenexa, Walmart, Shawnee, and McKeever's, Lenexa. We also would like to recognize our people that are really volunteering. We have over 100 volunteers that are helping. This is our 3rd annual event, and we had last year over 250 to 300 in attendance in Prairie Village, and we're looking for even more this year. So we're excited about this event for Johnson County coming together. It's a friendly and welcome community, and we want everyone to come out, share the information, and I think our media has the flyer, and you can go to our website, standupblacklivesplusprairievillage.com, or either jcnaacp.com. And we appreciate your effort this morning in getting the information out in the community. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Erin Chambers with Johnson County Government, and we are very excited to welcome you to our 2nd annual Juneteenth Exhibit. It will be held on Monday, June 19th at Lenexa Civic Campus. It is located in Lenexa City Center. So our program begins at 11:30. So from 11:30 to 12, you'll be able to engage with our Johnson County booths and take a look at our programs and services, as well as listen to live music from the Lewis Neal Big Band. And then you can also take part in an interactive art experience with Coloratura. And then our program will begin around 12:10. And we'll have remarks from Nathan Lewis Jackson, a Juneteenth flag presentation and proclamation
with our Johnson County Board of County Commissioners Chairman, Mike Kelly, as well as performances by Break Free, KC. And then our keynote speaker is Jessica Lynn McClellan, and she will be speaking on continuing the legacy. Our theme this year is Uniting Voices for Freedom, and we're trying to weave that through our program by highlighting that example of voices through music, art, spoken word, and dance. So we're very excited for you We're very excited for you to join us.
Thank you, everyone. I think everyone would agree we've got some great events happening in our county. And I know there's other ones happening all across the metro area to help celebrate Juneteenth. I just wanted to mention two more quick things and then see if anybody had any questions for our panelists. We gave you a lot of details today, so if you go to our website, jocogov.org/Juneteenth, you can find links to all of these events that we talked about, so all of the details you need to get there. And then I'm happy to say these groups are going to be back with us on Thursday. Our Board of County Commissioners is issuing a proclamation honoring Juneteenth. And so these partners are going to help us accept that proclamation. So thanks for that. Does anybody have any questions for our panel? Why don't you throw it out, and then if you know the answer, come on up.
Whoever wants to talk, you can come to the podium now. How much education is there to do still? I know a lot of people that don't know what it's all about at all. So there are people that are really good and smart that just have no idea. What kind of education aspect, how do people know what it's
I'd like to take that one. Andrew? Thank you.
Well, basically, we just like the people to know how far we have come from 159 years ago. The slaves were free, and we are still coming together. We're not quite there, but we're still working on it. So it's a matter of just coming together, and we will have the history told at the event at our Juneteenth celebration at Harmon Park. So, and we have live music to still celebrate Juneteenth. That's all part of it. Being free, freedom.
I know for us, nothing in particular. I know whenever we have an event and bring people together, having security there is just part of the process, just for any kind of event. So nothing specific to this event. I don't know if anybody has any comments on their event in general.
That's okay. So for our event, when we started to branch out a little differently, we wanted to do our event somewhere different over the last couple of years, and we received a lot of no's before we received a yes from Prairie Fire that says, bring your event to our place. So I guess to answer your question, there are a lot of people who don't want to be associated with a Juneteenth event. And I don't know whether it's the stereotype that they're afraid of, or they're afraid of wanting to have that much diversity in one area. So all of that still happens, and it's still an issue. But like I said, I got several no's before Prairie Fire was willing to say we will open our doors. But they didn't just say, hey, well, we will talk to you, but they wanted to sponsor that event. We're big enough to say, bring your event here. And as far as security, I think that in this day and age, security is very important, regardless of just because we're bringing a lot of diversity to one area, but because of all of the things that are happening around the world, increased crime and things like that, and with the so many violences going on. So then I think security is important to have at any event, not just the Juneteenth event, but at any event. So yeah.
Any other questions?
appreciate that question. You know, I think that it kind of ties into the education question and the fact that maybe 3 or 4 years ago, many of us weren't even aware of Juneteenth, right? And so I think the addition of all these events shows the commitment of our community to make sure that we are providing opportunities in many different places at many different times for the community to come and learn, ask questions, build bridges, hear stories. I want to say I raised 3 kids here in Johnson County. They're adults now, but I wish I had had these events available for our family to take our kids to. So I think the fact that there are so many events, I hope that there's double that next year. I think it helps our community come together and learn and connect better to this important history. So, thanks.
Yeah, so in addition to what Susan shared, I want to definitely call out the elephant in the room, which is a lot of these Juneteenth events didn't happen until, of course, the tragic murder of George Floyd in May 2020. It was really after that we started to see a surge of Juneteenth events in response to that tragic event, especially in this community. Although it didn't directly impact us, it is still an event that marked awareness for our community, which is we don't do enough to celebrate Black people. And so that is how, one, the Advocacy and Awareness Group formed. I think some of the other organizations here also formed as a result of that event. And the separate events have gone for several years now, again, in response to that tragedy. We all did something. So that's what I want to celebrate first, is that we all did something. We didn't sit on our couches and let it go by. We all came together individually in our own communities to do something. So now today I do have a couple of call to actions, if that's all right. The first is I would love to see us consolidate events next year. Let's talk about how to get one centralized event in Johnson County, because that is truly what we need. We want to see the 5% of African American people in one place on Juneteenth celebrating, because that is what we do. That's our culture. I also want to see the state of Kansas make Juneteenth a federal, state holiday, because it is not right now. Although it is a national holiday and a holiday in Johnson County, it is still not one in the state of Kansas. So we definitely want to make that possible, and we're looking for you, the community, to help us make that happen. So your attendance at these Juneteenth events will definitely help make that possible. Thank you.
Anything else? Any other questions? Yeah. I haven't heard any established goals like that. I just know that we are all collaborating together to help each other. That's why we're doing this today. That's why we've got that website page where we link to everybody's events, the ones that we are aware of. I think we're just all working together with the common goal to let our community know this is important, whether you're at the stage where you're learning about it or you already understand it and you just want to celebrate it and honor it. You've heard lots of different options, lots of different types of events, whether it's some things are for kids or something for all ages. And so, that's really the goal, is to just make people aware and to take a moment. Maybe you might work for an employer that has got a holiday. There's several options, whether it's that day or June 10th, an earlier opportunity to just take some time out of your schedule and honor and learn about this important day where everybody is. All right, thank you so much. We appreciate the interest, and see you at Juneteenth.